Hello and welcome back to another video on living on dividends. Today is July 26th. The market is closed, and yeah, just give me a second. So here you can see that the day's gain is like crazy. It's a little sad that I'm still down, but this is also like including I haven't done videos for all the other investments in between to get here, so I need to do that, and that'll be future videos. But this is just like very interesting for me. Anyways, let's get back to the other thing. So 1 second. So here we're back at the presentation, and so let's go to the next slide. So this is basically the investment plan starting now in 2024 in July. And this is for people who want general guidance, like if you don't have an idea of what your plan is or what you want to do, or this could give you like a baseline, and then you can obviously modify from there, do whatever you want. This is also for anybody who's experienced or maybe wants like maybe some different ideas of things. And this is also for people who are brand new. Okay, so next. So the objective is to provide a roadmap that anyone can follow or customize to their needs. And it's also to show everyone the planned path that I'm taking so far. So now we get on to the path. So here's just a 5-year thing. So initially you're going to start off with the growth. That's the plan for growth. And then year 2, road to 10K. Now we might hit that amount in year 1, but it's just whatever. We just give ourselves 2 years to do that. Year 3 will be the year diversification. Year 4, vacation and mortgage pay down. And then year 5, year live free. So I go next. So year 1, the goal is growth. So we're going to start with the growth, and we're going to go decide on the style of investing we want to do. After we decide on the style, we're going to crunch the numbers and kind of think about things and look at things, and then we're going to implement our plan without emotions. Why? Because you can see a day like this, stocks are up, maybe you decide to sell something for a profit, and maybe you do that, and then next week it goes up even more, you could have made even more money, right? Or the opposite, it could go down a lot and you sell it and get out and lock in this loss, right? So you just want to try to implement your plans and solutions without emotions and be rational and mathematical and all that. So let's go next. So how does this play out? So initially the goal was to go with AMZ as a core holding, because historically it was holding its NAV, not going too far up, not going down. And as you all know, a lot of these funds, the NAV just goes down, even though the payments and distribution might make up for a total return basis. So that's what we did initially. We bought AMZ with a little bit of Misty, and since then I decided that I want higher yield, so we're gonna leave that as is and just focus on getting Misty and making Misty the new core, and which we've already started to do, but that'll be in the later videos. And then the next thing is, because Misty is based on Bitcoin, MicroStrategies, Michael Saylor, all that, we want to diversify a little bit into NVIDIA so we can get into that tech world. I'm a believer, like all these other people, that NVIDIA still has room to grow, or at least maintain for the next year to 1 to 3 years, 1 to 2 years. So I don't think they're going to be like crashing or going down or losing their competitive market edge with all the AI and chips and all that. So we're going to probably do that, because right now NVIDIA is number 1 anyways. And then we got some, we actually are, by share count, our biggest holding is actually Alti right now. But and that's just so we can get a week 3 payment coming in and kind of establish that twice a month payment. If something better comes out in the third week, we might get that, or just dump more in the alt. I know everyone's talking about the reverse split, so I really want them to do that eventually whenever the time comes. I don't want it to like go to zero and we lose all our money right before we get paid back our initial investments. So really looking forward to that. So this is the current plan. So on the left here, we got Misty at 95% yield, NVIDIA 116, Alti 98, AMZ 45. So these are just all the current yields as of today. Every day the stock price changes, so the yield percentage changes. And right now, like I said, we're going to focus on higher yield for growth. Why? Because we want the most amount of money possible coming back to us every month, at least in this initial phase while we're building up to 10K, right? So, because in theory, like after you hit 10K, well, now you can take $10,000 and dump that into another stock, right? You can do whatever you want. Dump it into index funds or something lower yielding like a SPY, QQQI, a QDTE. Even I consider FEPI to be in that list, like a FEPI or all those other ones that are, or even a lower one like a JEPI, JEPY, JEPI. Some of those ones that are like closer to 10 to 12% yield, 10 to 15% yield, like an SVOL. Cornerstone, all those kinds of things, like 20%, lower. You can do that, but at least at that point, I don't know where some people might not have like a lot of money, like from working your job to dump every month into these funds, right? You might only be doing like $500 a month or $1,000 a month. So at that point you have 10. So now you can be like, okay, I'm going to do 10 in SVOL every month for the next 5 months until you get 50,000 in SVOL. And you have like you could put up a decent position there. So that's the goal, is to do that when you get later. And right now, from when we bought AMZ originally, we're actually currently down nav wise. Maybe not with the distribution that we received, but nav wise are down. So we're just gonna keep monitoring that, because you don't have to invest in things that go down nav wise if you don't want to. So we might just monitor total return there, and if we are total return positive, we might just jump ship, get out of there, and get into some of these higher yielding ones for now, and then maybe go back into AMZ later. So we're gonna be monitoring that, and then we're gonna keep tracking NAV appreciation in these other higher yielding ones, but we're not gonna like focus on it, right? But we're just gonna keep an eye on it and make sure we're in things that are like at least holding their value. They don't have to. I don't really care if they go up as long as the yield stays high, and we can keep using the yield and distributions to grow. So there's that. The current average portfolio yield is 79%. This is a manual calculation I did, so I could have done it wrong maybe, but I think I did it correct. We're gonna get everything into the dividend tracker, so we'll see what that says. And then for year 2, the goal is tactical growth. So we're going to keep focusing on yield. We're going to determine other ways to boost. We're going to analyze current holdings. So let's see. This is how that plays out. So we're going to examine where we can trim underperformers, kind of like us seeing at AMZ. Like if we want to, double that yield from 45 to 90 or something, or, go into something else. And we're going to look at who's currently on top, kind of like yield chasing, we're in yield max. So you want to kind of get the maximum yield while also making sure you're not going into a bad fund that might be like going down in value, or maybe the underlying company's not doing well. So over time, they're not going to be doing well and performing well. So you want to kind of look at all that. And who knows, by then, some months NVIDIA's on top, some months Misty's on top. So you want to kind of see who's up there and how they're how they've been trending and kind of keep investing from there and go from there. And then as you're getting higher up in the income, like 7K, 8K, 9K, 10, like then you can like try to start then I want to start growing into the other weeks. That's the problem I have right now is that the other weeks aren't as high of yield as that main week. So I don't want to sacrifice money from just to get paid another week, right? Like if I get paid $200 in the week I'm in now, I wouldn't trade that for $100 just to be paid in the fourth week. Like to me, that's not efficient. So I want to stay more efficient with the income initially, and then I can diversify later. What else? What's next? So year three, that's where I think we'll be far enough to do the diversification and at least hit 15K per month minimum. Probably be higher than that, but I just wanted to put a safe number. Invest in some safer yielding stocks and invest in growth to sell later. So this is where we're like we can try to, if we choose to get kind of a little more diversified as a whole. And because some people say if you're in growth you have higher total return, so you can kind of increase that total return there towards that time frame. So how does that play out? So you could buy like total stock market funds or like S&P 500 index fund. You could buy QDT, one to get paid weekly, and two because it's lower yield, so it should be more safe and NAV stable with maybe even some appreciation. And we can buy like gold funds that track gold, just in case you get in those bear market kind of things, or GDXY just for the yield of gold. Um, and just kind of trend down and get some of that other stuff going. And then what's next? Year four, the goals use. So start paying off mortgages, buy a car, probably a Tesla, and travel freely. So how does it play out? So you can retire from your job knowing that your portfolio is producing a lot of income, but it's also more diversified for safety purposes, right? So that you can potentially sell growth stocks to get more income, to invest in more income investments and stuff like that. Travel international and do the long travel where you could be somewhere for 3 months, 4 months at a time, kind of a thing, if that's what you want to do. And then find one like solid way to give back to the community that you can do on like a consistent basis, right? It's not like a lot of work or hard work or whatever, something that you can enjoy doing and be happy to do. That's just helping to give back to other people. Now that you're in this good position, you're 5 goals to just be happy, have no debt, and this just means like no mortgage debt, or if you like own rental properties, those are all paid off, kind of a thing, or just sell them, whatever you want, or if you like bought a boat, have that paid off, anything kind of like that. If you have children, have college funds saved for. You could even add like buying long-term care insurance in case, or taking care of like friends and family. Yeah, just whatever you need to have yourself set up. Have about 1 year or 3 years of living expenses just hanging out in the bank account, just chilling, waiting for safety, purposes, all those kinds of things. Get that situated. Do some accredited investor investing, because now you probably make enough money to where you can be qualified as that, and then you can go into those investments because some of those are like pretty good, and they'll help you with like diversification, even so you can get out of just being in stocks, right? You can invest in like apartment buildings or all kind of other stuff, notes and all kind of stuff, and then helping others if ever you can. So here is the homework for you. So these are the next steps you take. So create your version of this investment plan, right? So you can start off with this as a base, give you ideas of things to do, how to plan it out. Document your plan. You just write down a piece of paper, notepad, whatever, notes. Um, and then buy your first investment so you can start the implementation phase of your plan. Or if you're already started, um, sell something that doesn't align with your current goals, hopefully at a profit. Or you could wait until it becomes profitable and then buy the next thing that aligns with your goals, and then evaluate and update your plan periodically. So, once a quarter or twice a year, whatever, look at your plan and see how your portfolio is performing, and go from there, see if you need to make any changes and all that. And then as you have your little wins along the way, hit $500 a month, 1K, 5K, 10K, or paid off the house, whatever it is. Share your successes with me. I want to see how you guys are doing, how you're progressing, um, and all of that. Let me know in the comments if any of this has been helpful, if you have any new insights or new ideas or a new path forward. Thank you, everyone, and have a good weekend. Peace.